Shin splints. I know they suck, but they're very common, especially when you're transitioning from conventional shoes to barefoot. And not because wearing barefoot shoes are detrimental to your muscles, but because you are in the process of changing your movement mechanics. See, movement is about timing. As you extend, you recoil. Extend and recoil. Concentric, then eccentric. Concentric, then eccentric. And that's what I mean when I talk about a rhythm of movement. Movement is a simultaneous balancing act of all these different patterns and positions. Now, when it comes to shin splints, they're usually because you're trying to awaken the strength in your tibialis anterior. This muscle is mostly ignored in resistance training. There are numerous machines to build calf muscles, but none in your gym to build tibialis muscles. And it's a major muscle in contribution to your gait cycle. By promoting heel strike and heavily cushioned shoes, you are only focusing on the extension portion of your gait. Now, when you're wearing barefoot shoes that are more flexible, lightweight, and with minimal cushioning, you need to incorporate the eccentric portion of the walk. And that means we are landing midfoot and forefoot, depending on your speed and terrain, landing directly under the hips, which will require strength in a dorsiflex position of your ankle. This allows you to better balance posteriorly and anteriorly, which means front and back. Now, what happens often is finally clicking with the mechanics of barefoot running and feeling this surge of freedom and ease, like you want to run forever, to keep the feeling, to practice the form. But this is a mistake. You see, you're too early in the process. You have to allow the underutilized muscles a chance to catch up to the level of response and the load of the prime movers. When you've been in extension for so long, practicing flexion is hard. When running anytime your form starts to waver, stop immediately. If you feel any pain, again, stop immediately. But if you didn't take that advice, here are a few exercises that will help. Now, first, the backward walk or run. Often we only focus on the extension of the leg muscles when walking, but the antagonistic muscles are responsible for flexion and are just as important and provide the braking power and the balance needed to move well. I'd like for you to start slow and flat and progressively raise the speed or elevation or both. Start by pressing down the forefoot, angled behind your hips, leaning backwards to open up the hips, and swing the arms to counterbalance. Now, this will feel intense at first, but the better you get, the better you'll feel. While I prefer outdoors, it can also be done on the treadmill, but not to the same effect. Don't rush into running backwards. Most of the progress you'll make from this exercise will be from walking at a moderate pace and changes in the elevation. I hope you're enjoying the content and the exercises. And if they're making you work up a sweat, I'd appreciate if you take a bath with my soap. Store-bought soaps were drying out my skin because of their detergent ingredients. So I created my own, an all-natural bar soap using vitamin and antioxidant-rich botanicals that cleanse the body without drying out the skin. For more info, see the link in the description below or go to www.grownliving.com. Now, the next exercise is the tibialis raise. They are great if you're short on space and equipment and will give you relief and strengthen the tibs. The progression from the tib raise is the weighted tibialis row. There are a few machines available specifically for this exercise, but I choose to use a kettlebell, placing a fat grip on the handle for padding, and I place my foot inside the handle. I have my leg elevated around the calf muscle, and I try my best to bring my forefoot towards my face. Now, these exercises will develop the tibialis and drive the shin pain out of existence. Now, I would walk 20 to 40 meters backwards for sets of 4 to 6. I would do the tibialis raises for 4 to 5 sets of 25. That's a good benchmark. And for the tibialis row, I would consider the weight, making it not too heavy, but enough that you can do 12 to 16 reps. And I would perform that again for 4 to 5 sets. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I know this will help. It's just the time and the practice. You can do this.